There we go. Jeez. Took forever for that to pop up. Welcome everybody back to X-Plane 11. My name is Micah. We are here in Oakland. We'll be flying to, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area. We'll be flying down to San Diego. We'll be doing a shared cockpit flight today, and I have with me Brandon Banks, who will be my first officer today. He actually is a higher rank than me in the virtual airline, but he's kind enough to let me fly as captain today. So we'll be heading down to San Diego in the ToLiss Airbus A319. So Brandon, if you want to, you can go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Again, my name is Brandon Banks. I'm with the Solaris virtual airline. Micah was nice enough to invite me along on this ride tonight. Look forward to a good flight, easy flight, hopefully. Hopefully nothing comes out of the woodwork and scares us as far as this shared co-pilot experience we're both venturing down. Other than that, let's have some fun tonight.
All right. So we are using Smart Copilot, which is a third-party plugin that is supposed to give you a shared cockpit inside of X-Plane 11. We're not live on VATSIM or anything like that, just because this is our first shared Copilot flight in the ToLiss, and so A319, I guess I got to specify now, just the A321. So we're going to do this as best we can. Neither of us are real pilots, so don't use this as training. We are going to go through a checklist here as best we can. What's up, Callum, Bob, and Ryan? Good evening to you all. Welcome. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and get started here. We're in the cold and dark here at Oakland. So, Brandon, if you want to pull out the checklist, and we'll start going through this.
Yes, sir. Got it right here. Preliminary inspection checklist. Radar off.
Radar is off.
PWS off.
PWS is off.
Engine mode selector normal.
It's in normal.
Engine master 1 and 2 off.
1 and 2 are off.
Thrust levers at idle.
Thrust levels are at idle.
Gear lever down.
Gear lever is down.
Windshield wipers off.
Windshield wipers are off.
Battery 1 and 2, voltage above 25.6 volts. And on.
Battery 1, 27.9. Battery 2, 28. And batteries 1 and 2 on.
Okay. Wait for self-test to complete. APU fire test.
APU fire test. APU fire test. Oop. Alarm and lights.
Okay. Engine 1 and 2 fire test.
Engine 1 fire test. Alarm and lights. Engine 2. Alarm and lights.
Seatbelt sign off.
Off.
Smoking sign off.
Smoking sign's off.
Emergency lights armed.
Armed.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake is set.
Speed brakes down.
Speed brakes are down.
Probe and window heat off.
Probe window heat is off.
No ice on the windows, I imagine, here in Oakland.
No ice.
ADIR 1 and 2 and 3 set to nav.
1, 2, 3, set nav.
Nav and logo lights on 1.
Nav and logo lights on 1.
Wing engine anti-ice off.
Wing and engine anti-ice is off.
Cockpit forward and aft cabin temps set.
They are set.
Cockpit lights set.
Let's see. You got any preferences on your lights, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Just a little bit. All right, set.
Hydraulic fluid, oil quantity, and oxygen all in green.
All right. Hydraulic fluid is in green. Oxygen is green. What was the other, sir?
Oil quantity.
Oil. All right. And engine quantity is green.
Okay, ECAS, recall.
All right, ECAS. Oh, wrong buttons. All right, there we go. Recall. All right.
Transponder in standby.
Transponder is in standby.
And then ECAS status.
Status.
Preliminary inspection checklist complete.
All right. I guess we'll move on to
Pre-flight.
pre-flight setup. Yep.
All right. Obviously, no ATC tonight, so clearance obtained.
All right.
Radios to set. Squawk set.
Turn on our radios. Going on my here is interesting. My stream's like lagging.
Is it?
Well, it's not lagging. It's just like the views are lagging for some reason. Let me try doing something real fast. I've had this happen before, so second. Let's see if that dang, yeah, nope, that's not gonna, maybe. All right, yeah, that's working. All right, where we at? Sorry.
So your checklists go from bottom to top on the right column?
No, it's top to bottom.
On going to the second page as well?
Yeah, so,
okay.
Yeah, it's left column, then right column,
Gotcha.
top to bottom. Yeah.
Okay. Program to select.
All right, data selected.
GPS to set to GPS primary.
Oh, no, you're on the wrong call. Sorry.
That's what I thought.
So, first page, top, right column.
That's what I thought. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
It didn't look right, but I figured I'd ask. Autopilot alt is set.
We don't have an initial, so we'll just go ahead and put something in there.
You need altitude. It says cruise level. Yeah, it says cruise. Final cruise is flight level 370.
Okay. I guess we can put that in there already. 0. All right.
M.2 data select.
Data selected.
AC status select.
Selected.
Verify nav data for current.
Air cycle 2003.
That's what I've got.
All right.
Edit select.
All right.
And the from to set, which we're doing the.
Should be able to just load the plan, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Go. All right.
That's
flight
right.
Number. We don't really have flight number. Did you put a flight number?
I usually do. I usually just fill in all the fields.
I know, but on the plan, did it have a flight number?
I'll take a look. I don't think it did. No, sir, it does not.
All right, we'll just put Solaris 174. All right, cost index. Have on the plan as well.
Yep, cost index is 18.
18. And cruise is 370, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Did you want to change your the temp? According to this, it's negative 51, not negative 56.
Why did it not wanting to?
It's right on my end.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah.
it's not on my end. My end it says still negative 56.
Yeah, it's corrected.
All right. Continue. On the checklist, we are at, we just finished the line, so.
Oh, okay. So we in it.
We've already done that.
Okay.
Be a flight plan.
Flight number, cost index, cruise altitude, cruise temp, align IRS, select.
Done.
Okay, flight plan, select.
All right.
Departure, select.
Departure. And what's our departure?
We are going to be, flip back to the,
Runway
we're
30,
going to be
right?
departing 30.
All right, 30. And what was our SID?
Our SID is going to be the Coast 9.
9. What was our do we have transition point?
Transition is Mickey.
Mickey. I don't have Mickey. I just have a couple different VORs.
MCK, do you,
Unless Mickey's part of the Coast 9.
could be.
Insert that. Let's see here. Yeah, it's already in there.
Yep.
Part of the Coast 9.
Then go to arrival.
Arrival.
And we are in the Comics 2 on runway 27.
All right, we'll do the RNAV 27 Zulu. And the Comics 2, you said?
Yes, sir.
Oh, do we have a transition on that?
LAX.
All right. That. Manuals are fine. Besides the manual discontinuities, we are good to go.
Yep, says verify no discontinuities.
Yep, we just had the manuals which caused the flight discontinuities, so we're good.
Okay. Radar nav select.
Radar nav.
VOR ILS frequency set.
We can, let's see, let me pull it up. Well, I can pull it up here. Was my the pi, I think's the, yeah, coming off of, so we'll do pi, which is 113.7. Oop, shoot, 0.7. Oh, I gotta do course first. Duh. 151 slash 113.7. Not. Oh, shoot. This is what really gets me between the Airbus and the Boeing. They're both so particular and they're different. Not in database, we talking about. Oh, whatever. It's fine. It'll do it automatically if we need it.
Yeah.
Continue on with the checklist.
Yep, fuel set.
Let's see.
I think it was 5,900 kilos.
Yeah, I'm trying to. We are doing the RNAV approach, Dimitri. Oh, by the way, Dimitri, Brandon, you wanna address Dimitri?
Dimitri, good evening. I had sent you on the Discord the X-Vision preset that I had promised you. I don't know if you'd received it or not.
All right. Passengers are set. Cargo's set. What's next?
Zero fuel weight, verify.
All right. What's our zero fuel weight? It's 57.0, I guess.
Zero ZFW is 56.7.
6. 7. Out of range. What in the? Oh, dang it! What's our zero fuel weight center of gravity?
Back up. Zero fuel I don't have ZFWCG on
the
sim.
ToLiss, 28.3%. And what'd you say? 56.7 was our zero fuel weight?
Yes, sir. 56.7.
All right. What's our block fuel? 5.7.
Block fuel 5.9.
5.9. See, this is why you have first officer. How do you integrate sim brief and the ToLiss with weight? We just input the numbers, what it tells us off sim brief. That's what we're doing. All right. Continue with the checklist.
Okay. Program select.
In progress.
Progress. Progress.
Yep. Selected.
And GPS set to GPS primary.
GPS primary.
GPS accuracy set to high.
It is on high.
2 is set to departure airport runway.
All right, and that is Oakland, so Kilo Oscar Alpha Kilo. Shoot, it's runway before after. I think it's after runway 0. Crap. This is where it starts. I can't remember exactly how this is supposed to be put in. McDo's the worst part of this thing because it like freaks out. Ah.
I usually just I don't know that I ever put in the actual runway. I just put in KOC and hit the
There we go.
There you go.
All right, continue.
Flaps set.
In what?
I think this where we have to go into the ToLiss
Performance. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull up the ToLiss performance thing. We'll do the calculations here just for simplicity. All right, I've got them with me. One. All right, flaps 1 set.
VR.
VR is 152. Set.
V2.
V2 is 155.
And
Set.
V1.
And V1, 152 is set.
Transition altitude set.
18,000 set.
Flex temp set.
Flex temp is going to be 66. Flex temp is set.
And pre-flight setup checklist complete.
All right, fantastic. What's next?
Continuing on. Pre-flight checklist maintenance checked.
Checked.
Cabin signs on.
Cabin signs on.
Fuel pumps on.
Fuel pumps all on.
APU master set to on.
APU master on.
ADIRS set to nav.
They're on nav.
Fuel on board equals the required amount of fuel.
Fuel on board is 5,700 kilograms.
I think he was calling for 5,009, was it not?
You let me know. Is it 5,009?
Yes.
Okay. Let me set that.
I got to make sure I set that on my end too. Okay.
All right. Fuel on board 5,900.
Altimeter set.
Altimeter, which is currently, what's the altimeter right now? Pull it up. There we are. Is currently 29.92. Perfect weather. All right, so altimeter set.
Okay. Alternate altimeter set.
It is set.
And pre-flight checklist complete. Pre-start checklist. APU flap open.
APU flap is open.
APU start switch set to on.
Start on.
APU power established.
We'll have to wait for it to start up here. Go ahead and call the, you have better pushback installed, right?
I do.
All right. I'll go ahead and call better pushback. That looks like I can't use it. See if you can use it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's if I remember that, the master has to do it. The master.
The master. Okay, I've got it set. Tail to the west.
All right, you can go and call it. All right, APU power is established.
Okay.
Great news, Captain. Your
GPU
tow's
off.
coming.
APU power is off.
Ground items are removed.
Ground items are removed.
Pre-start checklist complete. Sounds like we got the excitable guy too on the pushback.
Yep.
Before start checklist. Windows, doors, slides closed and on.
They are all closed and armed.
Beacon on.
Beacon on.
Thrust levers to idle.
Thrust levers are in idle.
Parking brake on.
Parking brake on.
Transponder to auto.
Transponder is auto.
TCAS set to above.
All right. Looks like
TCAS
the
set
doors and
above.
hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
And we are pushback and start as requested.
Pushback start has been requested.
Looks like gate is retracting. AP bleed set to on.
APU bleed on.
And as soon as we get pushback here, engine ignition mode to start.
Engine ignition mode set to start.
The engine master 1 set to on.
We have to wait till we actually start putting push though.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pens inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Parking brake is off.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right. Here goes nothing.
I'm moving back, so there's
Same.
nothing crazy yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, keyword yet.
Do I prefer
All
Boeing or Airbus? Depends on the mood.
Right.
All right, let's continue.
Chronometer set to start.
Chronometer is started.
Engine 1 available.
Didn't we have turned it on first?
I don't know. Did you start it?
No, because you can't start until you start pushing back.
Oh, let's start it.
Well, I just did.
Oh, okay.
Your seatbelt must be securely fastened at this time. To fasten, insert the middle tip into the buckle.
This is-
By pulling up the straps with lower side
Okay, it's
fastened
just
on.
loud.
To release the
I was
buckle,
wondering if the door was closed.
your seatbelt securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on.
I've actually done that
Sign is on.
once,
Keep your
and I
seatbelt
think it was
fastened.
in.
Experience unexpected
I think it was in the A320. I went to take off. No, it was in the 757. I went to take off, and I had the cabin door open, and the wings were flapping like a. Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. The yoke kept going forward and forward and back.
Oh, nice.
That was good times. All right,
Engine number 1 is on.
and it's available. Good. All right. Chronometer set to off.
Chronometer's off.
Engine master 2 on.
Master 2's on.
Chronometer start.
Chronometer start.
And wait for engine 2 available.
All right. Don't mind me while I eat some spaghetti. Such a professional streamer right here.
Hey. Guys
I
gotta
think
eat.
he,
Just about
Dimitri.
done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Dimitri, I'm pretty sure he did send you a PM in Discord with the
And we're
preset.
disconnecting the tow.
Oh
Give me just a
gosh, what's
moment.
going on? I'm popping.
I'm still
Poppin'.
good.
Maybe. Okay, it's settling down. I think it was just the whole disconnecting the pushback.
Oh, okay. You got the parking brake set then?
Yep.
Okay. Chronometer set to off.
Off.
Chronometer set to start.
Start.
Engine ignition mode set to normal.
Oh. Is engine number 2 popping high for you? Like it?
It's coming down, but yes.
It's like it's getting throttle.
My throttles are closed.
Same.
It's coming down.
I just turned it off.
Okay, you want to do an engine 2 refire?
Yeah, well, we will. That was really strange. It's like it's. What in the world?
It's like the throttle was pushed forward on that side, but it's not. It's set to idle.
Well, mine's still not died. It's like it died and it came back on automatically.
My EGT is down to about 16 now.
What is going on with this thing?
N1 keeps.
What in the heck is happening?
Engine 1's at 20.5 N1, and engine 2 is set to climb.
What is happening to this thing?
Let me rotate my throttle quadrant and see what happens.
You shouldn't have any control.
I do.
You do?
Well, here, let me try to move the throttle. It's shaking. Hear it?
Wow, but it's not moving on my side. Just make sure you're in idle.
Yeah, my throttle's down. Closed.
Is it revving on your end?
Yeah.
What in the world is happening to this thing?
Engine 2 N1's past red line. Tell you what, let's smart co-pilot disconnect this guy here.
All right, turn off engine number 2 on your side.
Off.
It's off on your side?
Yeah. Okay, do you want to switch? You want to switch control and smart pilot real quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Your controls.
Okay.
Still revving on my side.
Yeah, I'm at.
Let's try, all right, what is it set to? Master engine number 2 is set to off on your end?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something. 1 second. No change?
No.
I disconnected my throttle.
We've got power going in and out too.
Well, APU is still on, so it should be pulling APU power. All right, let's just do this. Engine number 2 is set to off on your side, and your crank is set to ignition and start, right?
Yes.
All right.
Disconnect smart co-pilot?
Yeah, and I'm still having the same problems. What about on your side?
Yeah, same here.
What is happening? Something glitched out. It's like it's getting throttle.
Yeah.
What in the heck? Reset all failures. That didn't do anything. Check my joysticks here. Don't have it connected. Smart co-pilot. This is why I never do it.
Yeah,
It should be the engine should be off right now. I'm killing both engines.
Yeah,
And I cut all fuel. And it's not dying. My engine's not dying.
All right, I just cut one.
Alright, I killed both of them. I went in and I went into X-Plane settings and selected fix. And that seems to have done it.
Okay, I'm heading there. Failures.
Alright,
Fix all
pumps.
fixes. Yeah, there was an error.
Pumps back on. Do you have failure set to where they can occur?
No.
Weird. Really strange. Alright,
Okay.
on your
Yeah,
own,
okay.
go ahead and start your engines. 1 and
Okay.
2. That way we can go ahead and it'll basically start with the engines on.
Yep. I've got engine 1 and 2 rising.
Come on now. My engine's not wanting to start now. They're on. What in the world?
All right, I've got a good start. Good start on engine 1.
Engine 1, start. There we go. Now it's starting.
We're going for engine 2. And
Let's
2
just hope this
rising.
doesn't happen while we're flying.
Right? Coming in hot. All right. N2 rising on engine 2.
Alright. Sorry about all that, guys. Welcome to Smart Co-Pilot and the craziness that can ensue. Alright, 1 is on for me. I'm about to start engine number 2.
I've got good start on engine 1 and 2, and going to.
It's going to be a flex takeoff versatile life.
I'm stabilized. So whenever you get stabilized,
How much fuel you got on board?
it says 6,400 kilogram.
Okay, I got way more than that. Let's set it. I think we'll be able to set it. 7,200.
Okay.
Ready? And
Go.
set. Alright. Good start on engine number 2. Alright, verify all pumps are on. On your end.
Yes, sir. All pumps are on.
Alright, engine 1 is started, engine 2 is started, and they are stabilized on your end.
Yes, sir.
Alright, they're stabilized on my end. I think we're in position. Is your engine ignition mode in engine start or normal?
Normal.
Alright, let's try this again.
Okay, go ahead and request control.
Oh, let me reconnect my throttle. Huh.
And releasing control to you, Captain. It's your plane.
All right, throttle works. Perfect. All right. Everything's good.
All right.
We didn't lose anything in the M.2. Thank God. I think we're ready to. We've done pre-start, done before start. We did engine start up to ignition mode normal. So
Yep.
let's continue from there.
Ground spoilers armed.
Armed.
Rudder trim reset.
Reset.
Flaps set.
Flaps set 1.
Trim set.
Trim set.
APU bleed off.
APU bleeds off.
APU master off.
APU master off.
And before engine start checklist complete.
Fantastic.
Taxi checklist. Transponder. Alt off.
Transponder. Alt off.
Taxi lights on.
On.
Brakes checked.
Got to start moving here to check that. Let's turn off. What in the world just happened?
Do a
All
little
right.
shimmy shake. Okay.
Brakes good.
Okay. Departure brief complete.
All right, so we're going to be departing runway 30 on the Coast 9 departure. Initial heading of 296, and then we'll get radar vectors to the 151 radial off Pi, and we'll be transitioning off Maxi. Is that right, Maxi? Mickey, sorry.
Mickey.
Mickey, yeah. All right, complete.
Okay. Flight controls checked.
Let's do that real fast. Left, right. Uh-oh.
Might want to hang right.
My brakes aren't working. What in the... Yeah, my toe brakes aren't wanting to stay down. Like they're being affected by you or something. Okay, we'll just keep idle and we'll be fine. Alright,
Okay. Auto brake set to max.
Auto brakes set max.
Captain notified.
Cabin has been notified.
Takeoff config check.
They got config check normal.
Okay. Before takeoff checklist, gross weight cross check.
What is our gross weight today? I'm trying to do 500 things at once. If you could verify that for me, please.
Yeah, got it. Maybe. Yep. It is 62.3.
All right.
Okay. Auto brake max, kept notified. Okay, gross weight check. Pitch trim set to take off.
All right. Set takeoff.
V speeds set.
V speeds are set.
Flex temp set.
Flex temp set 68 or 66 degrees Celsius. Sorry.
Flap set to take off.
Flap set takeoff.
Flight controls check.
Flight controls have been checked.
Okay. Flight instruments check.
Flight instruments are good.
ECAM status check.
Status is normal.
PWS set to auto.
Auto?
Weather radar on.
On.
Terrain on ND.
Train on and D.
TCAS TARA.
DRA.
Crew advised.
Crew has been advised.
Your checklist is half loaded. Engine selector to normal.
Selectors are normal.
And bleeds and packs lights off.
Bleeds and packs for lights off.
Okay.
I had to use the parking brake to stop me, as my brakes aren't working.
That's crazy.
Yep. Oh, the joys of smart co-pilot.
All right. At hole checklist. Landing lights on.
Landing lights on.
Taxi lights off.
Taxi lights off.
Strobe lights on.
Strobe lights are on.
Runway turnoff on.
Runway turn off on.
Wing lights on.
Wing lights are on.
Logo lights set to on.
They're on.
Chronometer 5-minute verify.
Verified.
Okay. Chronometer off.
Off.
Chronometer on.
Hey, back on.
Whole checklist complete. Engines 50% N1.
Ready?
Thrust set N1 50%.
What in the world? Is the parking brake off on your side?
I'll tell you here in just a second. No, it is now.
It now says it's... Switch it again. Switch it back to on. Oh no.
Yeah, my parking brake says it's off.
Mine says off now as well, but I'm not moving. It's like it's... Somehow it's gotten desynced somehow.
Try your toe brakes, both of them at the same time.
I can't. My brakes pop back up.
Oh.
Is it on your side?
Yeah, set to off right now.
You request control. See if that'll.
Oh.
Nope. Brakes are on.
I'm moving. I'm lined up
but
runway. On the runway.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm lined up.
All right. See if it'll work now.
You want me to send it back to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have my parking brake set. I'm using my toe brakes. All yours, sir. B1. Okay. Concentrate.
Gear up.
10,000. Thrust set to climb.
Thrust climb.
Flaps up.
Flaps and slats coming up.
Autopilot set to on.
Autopilot's on.
Ground spoilers disarmed.
Ground spoilers are disarmed.
Takeoff checklist complete.
What is going on here?
On my end, it looks like you're vectoring to the
Yeah,
what?
it didn't set appropriately. Let me get direct to Seagull. And now we'll turn it on. Heading, and now nav. Alright, we should be good then. Should be good now. Alright. You want the aircraft, first officer?
You're good.
You just don't be responsible if something bad happens.
Yeah. I'll just point the finger across the cockpit. Micah made me do it.
Right. Alright, climb checklist.
Got it. All right. At 10,000, landing lights off.
Alright, we're almost there. Why is it on open climb? $10,000 feet. Landing lights off.
Nose lights set off.
Nose lights off.
Runway turnoff lights off.
Off.
Wing lights off.
Wing lights are off.
Cabin verify pressure climbing.
Let's pull that up. Nope. There we go. Verified is climbing.
Cabin oxygen
Green.
checklist complete.
Right. Well, that was eventful.
Yeah, it's not as smooth sailing as what I've heard.
Yeah.
Did you say Has was able to do it?
Yeah, Rigorian and Has, they supposedly had like a perfect with both, you know, the A319 and the Zebo, which, like you said, I've never had a smooth experience.
Especially the Zebo.
I don't know. But like we were talking about earlier, you know, with FSX, if we went back and did a shared COCKPIT in FSX, it would work perfectly with no issues.
Right.
And that I'm really looking forward to 2020 because I feel like they're gonna, you know, do that as well. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Merkin Fruman, how you doing? Nope, no bacon today. Just spaghetti. Though we could put bacon in spaghetti. That's not a bad idea. How much fuel are we supposed to have on board at Seagull?
Let me go back to the super. .1.
5.1? Okay. We have plenty on board then. And 18,000 fleet. Switching to standard.
18,000. Altimeter standard. Train on ND.
Complete. Alright, so now we're basically just gonna chill out till stop a climb. Yeah, until something goes haywire. You know what? You should land it, Brandon.
Yeah, okay.
Because I took off, so. What we should do is turn off the window heats so the windows fog up, and I make you land it without any type of visual.
Just do a class 3 landing?
Yeah, with the RNAV approach.
Use the force.
Because that'll go over well. What was it? There was I was watching Air Disasters, and a pilot did that.
Really?
They couldn't see the ground because their window heat had failed, so it completely had fogged up. And so they, I'm sorry, no, it was, window heat was fine. They had gone through like a cloud of ash, and unknowingly it just happened, and it scored their window to where it was, you couldn't see out of it. It was a 747. It was a miracle. I mean, there's a lot, you can watch it. It's absolutely just blows my mind. Like they lost all 4 engines at like 38,000 feet and didn't recover the engines until they passed out of the cloud, and the stuff came out of the engines at like 10,000 feet. They were like upside down, flying down. Pieces of the plane were flying off. It was absolutely insane. But anyway, so yeah, they get towards the airport, right? And they're flying an ILS approach, but the ILS isn't fully functional. The glide slope is malfunctioned. They had pulled it off service and they were doing maintenance on it. So all they had was the left and right, the localizer. And so they just went off the charts and said, at this point, we need to be at, this altitude, and the dude landed it.
That's some experience right there.
Well, the dude had been flying the 747 for like 20-something years, so I mean...
Yeah.
How you doing, Andrew? I am flying with Mr. Brandon Banks.
Welcome aboard, Andrew.
Uh-oh. Getting a little bit of lag. It fixed itself. That's one reason I think it'd be better if you flew it, since you're the master.
Do you want to switch it over?
Sure. Just request. All right. You have control.
Autopilot rather has control, but hey.
Well, yeah. You're pilot in command right now.
I'll just sit here and watch you eat spaghetti.
Your school trip got canceled to Costa Rica. You know what you would do over break now? Sounds like you have plenty of time to do some flying. Of course, it's probably a good thing it got canceled. I wouldn't be... I mean, I'd be sad it didn't go to another country, but at the same time, not right now. You could probably turn off the fast seatbelt sign.
Fast seatbelt sign is off.
Now, if you could imagine if Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 allowed people to board as passengers.
That would be pretty neat.
Like they'd basically be like spectators in any other type of multiplayer game, right?
Right. And if you, I mean,
But it like
every
assigns
other-
them a
every
seat.
other game does it. Why couldn't this? The
Right.
would be the same.
Yep. That'd be pretty neat. Because then all my viewers could actually hop on the aircraft.
And Escobar wouldn't need a special meal because somebody else would have it.
I don't think there's no Escobar on the Airbus though.
Not on the Airbus.
Escobars are banned on Airbus aircraft. All right. $348 miles.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, Andrew, that are closing down. I know University here suspended its class, and so did my wife's daughter. She goes to college in Ohio, and they closed campus and only doing online.
Yeah.
For the next 30 days. Yeah.
Supposedly, $3,300 will go to the same trip next year. Will you be on it though? That's a lot of money for a trip to Costa Rica. Nope, this is my wife's spaghetti. Still, I mean, I feel like it would be cheaper than that, but what do I know? Last time I was outside the United States, I was... How old was I? I was 20. Yeah.
So that was what, 2-3 years ago?
6 years ago. Versatile, I prefer the A319. Just for not simplicity, but it just runs better. United counts Costa Rica as a domestic flight. Does that mean you still have to go through customs? How you doing, Anakin Skywalker? Versatile, I did think about it, but I'm not going to pay $80 for just an extended version of the 319. It's not going to do it. Yeah, we flew from Oakland. And we're heading to San Diego right now. Yep, marketing. Brand new aircraft. Well, I mean, it is, but it's also an $80 extender, basically. What he should have done, ToLiss should have done, is given 319 owners a discount. That's what they should have done. And he would have gotten so much more business.
Well, he would have doubled his revenue for sure.
And that's what I don't understand. Like, yes, okay, you didn't get as much money from each one, but you would have got more overall because you would have sold more. But, you know, whatever. I have flown the Zebo countless numbers of times, man. I have tutorials all over my channel. I'm assuming you're new. Otherwise, you'd know that. So welcome to the channel. I appreciate that, yeah. Make sure when you subscribe you hit the bell notification icon. Otherwise, YouTube won't care and they won't notify you. So, even then, they may still not notify you. It's kind of up in the air.
Yeah, they kind of do what they want, right?
It's like you have a 70% chance that you're going to get notified. Do you like Airbus or Boeing? I like them both. It depends on my mood. Going on, T-7315. So Brandon, should we act like we're in the cockpit together and we start asking each other about our families and what we do for fun or hobbies? And do I like the A350?
We're in the cockpit together. I would eat half of some dinner.
Yeah, right. I have the A350. I haven't flown it.
I have. The A350 it's a lot more in depth, but it's fun to fly. I've flown it a few times. I flew it from Miami to Paris one time.
That's strange. Miami to Paris. That's a long flight.
It was. Say it was 10.5 hours.
Were you actually there the whole time? Or did you step away?
I was there.
Uh-huh. Sure. What's better for a newbie pilot, Zebo or the A319? What do you think, Brandon?
I would say the 319.
I
The
agree.
Zebo, the Zebo's got a lot of bells and whistles to it, but for me, it's harder to land. The 319 is a little easier.
To me, and this just goes with the way that the Boeing 737 is and the age of the aircraft. It has a lot more manual stuff, so there's a lot more things you have to do versus the 319, which is a lot more automatic, and so there's less that you actually have to do to fly it. I can get the 319 up, started, and off the ground in less than 10 minutes usually if I'm like ready to rumble. The 737 usually, I think the fastest I ever did was like 15 minutes. So I mean, I enjoy both. I think they're both great aircraft. The Zebo is free, so if you're just starting out and you don't have money, obviously the Zebo is going to be where it's at for you. But if you do have a little bit of extra cash, you might want to think about starting with the 319. But do know their systems are totally different. The way that they work are totally different. So, and Dimitri, I am aware, yes, Flight Factor released their 757 update, which has the C-32 model, which I'm happy about. And it's free, which is, I think, an absolute miracle.
Also, if you just throw me 2 cents, if you do get this run the Zebo, make sure you run the full version and don't do the incremental updates until they're worked out. That'd be my suggestion.
I think I'm on 3.39 M.2 Bravo, I think, still.
Yeah.
Because it works and I'm not moving off of it.
Right. Yeah. It seems, I understand it's free. It seems like one thing gets fixed or a feature gets added and things break.
Yep. The feature will break something else that's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, Zebo does. The 737 is more of a pilot-controlled aircraft because you got to think it was designed and built in the 60s. So, well, actually started design in the 50s, but it was started. Its first flight was in the 60s. So you're talking now what? That's 6 decades. So almost 60 years. That's a long time for an aircraft to be, in service. Now, obviously, they've done a lot of updates, which Boeing had a real big problem with their most recent one. But, so it is modernized, but there's only so much you can modernize. Martinez! Whoop, hold up. Martinez, from like a year ago, just showed up. I have not seen you in forever. Martinez was with me when I was running, shoot, what was the name of that thing?
We have finally hit top of climb.
Yes, we have. I don't even remember what the name of it was. Wow, I feel very, very nice. Yeah, LESA, there we go. Law Enforcement of San Andreas. Yeah, it's a role-play group for GTA 5. 5M specifically. Well, you can fly both manually, but in fact, I always recommend, and have always recommended, learn to fly the aircraft completely manually. I'm talking, you're always on the controls, from takeoff to landing. you know, using trim, whatever, to get your level, straight and level flight, you know, manually adjusting throttle, whatever you have to do. And then start adding in, you know, different systems into it, like heading bugs and altitude holds, you know, things like that. That way you understand how all the systems work and how all of it, you know, fits together. And when stuff goes wrong, which I fully expect to happen at some point on this flight, we have to disengage autopilot because it's lost its ever-loving mind, because it's a video game, it's not real life. And even in real life, they have to do that sometimes. You have to manually fly the aircraft. So I always recommend knowing how to fly the aircraft manually before flying it on autopilot. That's alright, Dimitri, you can have a different opinion. I ain't gonna be angry about it. I disagree with your opinion, but that's fine. I mean, he does fix them quickly. Yes, absolutely. I just don't want to be on a Solaris flight and in the middle of the freaking flight, something go absolutely haywire and boom, there goes my several hours. So, that's just me. I feel like I just wasted part of my life.
Dimitri, do I need to send you the DM in Discord again?
I think he does need you to, if I remember. Unless you already did it again.
No, I can do it right now.
Miles. We got about 140 before top of descent. He wants you to. Brandon, Dimitri said yes, please.
Okay.
Pestilence.
All right, Dimitri, I just sent you the link to my Google Drive in your inbox on Discord.
Are you ready for the pre-arrival checklist?
Yes.
All right. Star McDo, sorry, go to the McDo. And we're going to verify the star alt restrictions. Let me bring up the chart here. Comics 2 are nav arrival. Alright. Are you on the McDo, sir?
I am.
Alright. At Lejen, L-E-J-E-N.
Yep.
Between altitudes between 15,000 and 19,000.
Verified.
Comics between 12,000 and 15,000.
Verified.
Lantern, 9,000 at 230 knots.
230 knots and 94.
9,000. Above 9,000, sorry. Above 9,000.
Yep, that's verified.
X-bands above 7.
Yes, sir.
Cloman, 210 knots at 6,000.
Verify.
Nadu at 6,000.
Below 6?
At 6.
They got Coleman at 6. And Naju, they've got it 5270.
Nadu, they have 5270.
Yeah, and there's a decel point between the two, bringing it to 5270.
On mine, it shows 6,000, but just make it 6,000 yours.
Okay, done.
All right. No, we're not using VATSIM or Pilot Edge or IVAO. Not on this initial flight, because we knew stuff would go crazy. Not really. I mean, I've considered doing a landing challenge. I've done challenging landings before on streams and stuff. I just haven't, like, oh, we're going to do a landing challenge, you know. All right, approach. We're doing the RNAV. Runway 27 Zulu. We're not using anything. We're just using Smart Copilot. All right. We're taking the curve, if I'm not mistaken. Cloman. AJ. Cat's DG. Cat Dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Rebo.
Yeah, you can actually go ahead and get rid of... Well, hold on. That's interesting. I'm just checking out something right now. Go ahead and get rid of... that manual. All right. I'm just checking this out real fast. Not super confident in it. Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Flowman, the Nadu, okay. Make sure it's... Alright, that looks good. I think we're good. Alright, Alright. Go to performance. Approach. How you doing, DW? Alright, QNH is 29.92. And I believe the temperature is going to be 15, but let me verify that. Doesn't have it in here, and it's what the temperature. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 15 though, because it's the weather that we're using. You can just put 15. Winds. I'm going to have to pull that up.
I can see what it is on SimBrief.
Well, that's not. Remember, we're not running real world weather, so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's see. No weather information available. And come on. Why won't you help me here? we don't have ACARs in here. We don't have that set up.
Nope.
Just put 0 and 0 when we get closer, we can figure it out.
Okay.
Transition altitude should be 18,000.
Okay.
And decision altitude will be 657.
Check.
All right. Go to radio and nav on the M.2. And yeah, we shouldn't have any ILS to worry about, so that should be fine. And course should be 258. Let me check.
That's what it shows.
That'll be 275, but that's because that's picking up ILS, which we're not using, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Progress page. And we've set K-SANS already, so that's good. Extra fuel. Verify we have the right amount of extra fuel. We have plenty. We have more than actually what we need.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think it's correctly burning fuel at the appropriate rate. All right, auto brakes. Set. Just set low.
Check.
Landing system on.
Check.
Secondary landing system on.
Check.
All right, and we'll wait until we're 5 nautical miles from top of descent. And Brandon, Dimitri says that he's not sure where he's not getting the messages. Not sure where you're sending them. He's not getting them. You can just drop it in the in my Discord channel.
I'm sending him a direct message to his. It shows that he.
Is it the right Dimitri?
Yeah. That's it.
Weird. Very weird.
I'll just drop it in the flight. I'll put it under downloads. No, I can't.
Well, no, because that's for Flight Club only.
Go to general.
Yeah, I can just drop it there. It's fine.
I don't care if anybody else can do it. It's all right.
Dimitri, he's putting it in the general chat in my Discord.
Okay, it's there.
All right, we're 50 miles from top of descent. How many flight hours do you actually have now?
Me?
Yeah.
In the VA, 530, 540, something like that.
Good grief, man.
My wife yells, that's all.
Dimitri has a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is this the original opium solution or the one you tweaked?
That's the one I tweaked.
That's the one he tweaked, Dimitri. Yeah, you should probably set your MCP out too.
Done.
Why isn't that not in the checklist? Huh. Guess I need to update it. Weird. You're starting the descent now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we missed it when I changed that. Our top of the set changed.
It says 30 miles for me.
Mine vanished off my screen.
Mine still says 30 miles.
Oh, now it just refreshed. Range change, range change, range change.
It's all right.
Are you you don't happen to be changing the range, do you?
I was.
Oh, okay. It was there, then it wasn't, then there.
Do you see it now?
Yeah, it says it's about 29 miles out.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine though. You can descend at 1,000.
Yeah, it'll eventually catch up with itself.
Yeah. TCAS, go ahead and switch it to below. Seatbelt signs are on now.
TCAS to below.
All right. Next thing will be 18,000 feet.
Seatbelt signs are on. Got it.
Does it show that your brakes are hot still?
No.
Brake fan doesn't say it.
No. Brake fans are off.
Huh. It doesn't say hot on yours?
No, sir.
Weird. It says hot on mine. Oh, smart co-pilot. Oh, please. Smart co-pilot gods, don't kill us. I just had that feeling of we're going to be on that final little bit right before the runway, and it's just going to freak out.
So the real reason why you want me to land is out.
No. It's just less likely for it to screw up on your end since you're on the master end. Because on my end, like, I could pretty much guarantee it's going to screw up.
I'm back in one of those ruts where sometimes my landings are butter and sometimes they're not so much.
Well, don't screw it up.
Right?
The whole world's watching.
Right.
Yes, the approach to runway 27 can be very tricky sometimes. It's deceptive because it's that hill comes down, so it's kind of a little weird. But I think Brandon will take it. I think he'll be fine. I have confidence we'll make it to the ground and survive.
Oh, we'll make it. It's just how you're gonna have a spine left or not. We'll see.
Recently, I've had pretty good luck on my landings. So that could change, though.
Yeah. Well, I go through ruts. Sometimes I butter them all, and sometimes I can't to save my life. You know, you cut throttle like at 30 feet up and 30 feet above, and flare, and you're still 240, 250, or worse.
You might want to go ahead and call your chiropractor for an appointment, Dimitri. Just go ahead and get it in the works.
Yeah. Line them up now.
But don't you dare pull out your phone. FAA regulations prohibit the use of cellular phones Bull crap. Anyway, I know pilots who will fly. I mean, they're in Cessnas and stuff, so it's a little bit different. But that they'll have their phones out, picking up LTE from the ground.
There was a Southwest pilot sitting next to me on the flight home, and he had his phone out the entire time.
Yeah. Well, he probably has internet or whatever.
Yeah, they had Wi-Fi on the plane, but I know he never once put away.
Well, he probably knows just as much as anyone else. The real reason they ask you to turn off your cell phones is not because they're afraid one cell phone is going to take down the aircraft. The issue is that if everyone was on their cell phone, it is possible, there's a chance that it could have enough radio interference to mess up with an ILS approach. And that is the reason they have you turn it off.
Gotcha.
So honestly, feel free to use your cell phone throughout the flight. Just before landing, just turn it off. Still descending at 1,000 feet per minute. We have a...
Yeah, we're at LAX. What are we supposed to be at here? It says 314.
We're fine. We just
Yeah,
need to make
we're
sure
fine.
we're below 19 at Legion.
Yeah, this has its planned for about 15.
I think we'll be fine. Just keep an eye on it, as we always should. Trust but verify.
I took the A320 into San Martin, I don't know, about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
LNAV was right on the money, but VNAV had me about 4,000 over the runway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I had to do a whole pattern and go back around and retry.
I've had that happen before. That's why you always monitor, because it'll just... I don't know what it does.
Yeah. I was dead on though. I was heading right over the runway.
Just way high.
Yeah, just really high. Yeah, we're descending a little bit faster now.
Was it the jar design or the flight factor?
Flight factor.
Say this, the problem with Smart Copilot, and it's been, I mean, since we had that major issue, it's been relatively smooth with the engine, but the issue is, like, I'm just constantly anxious that it's just gonna crap out again.
Right.
And that's really I guess the big issue is I'm just constantly like, at any moment it could just flip out, and then there goes everything, you know. I thought they were adding a hold in the 320. Dimitri. I thought that was on the agenda. Oh, ToLiss is. Okay. Is it ToLiss or ToLiss?
I've heard everybody call it ToLiss. I don't know.
I heard one person call it ToLiss, and I was like, what?
Right, just descended past flight 0. Still in the line.
Yeah, I never noticed on the 319 that the winglets aren't painted. They're just white.
Oh, yeah, on the outside?
Yeah.
Oh. Little Elmer.
You're on the money for our descent and speed.
Looks like our next decel point is going to be before 10,000 feet from Lantern. Smooth it. So
Yeah.
we need to start going down at Flesh there. We need to probably mechanics probably speed break.
What I usually do is I'll add, because it gives you that window on the speed, so I'll add speed brakes until I'm at the bottom of that window. So when it switches to the decel, it's really simple just to drop into the decel window.
Yep. I actually learned that from one of your tutorials.
Oh, well, fancy that.
There.
Yep, which I wish they had the secondary flight plan. Fixed thing is really not that big of a deal for me, but the secondary flight plans kind of is. Alright, altimeter set local, which should be 29.92, but let me verify that. He's saying, yep, 29.92. Set local. And, yep, terrain on ND.
Terrain on ND check.
Alright. Are you in the left or right seat?
Left.
Aha, that's why. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to transition over to the right seat, since you're going to be landing it.
Oh, so we're both in the left seat. Get off my lap.
Hey, I needed the comfort of sitting in someone's lap to fly it.
I'm kind of like Santa Claus. I'm as big as he is.
Oh gosh. All right, 10,000 feet will be the next checklist point. This is not a company route. No, we're just flying it. We didn't want to risk it. There's so many risks involved when you're doing Smart Copilot for the first time. My wife brought me cake.
Hey. My wife the other night brought me cookies in the cockpit. Good times.
Nice. I baked this cake myself.
Oh, yeah?
It's a red velvet with homemade sour cream icing.
Sour cream ice cream or icing. That's where it's at right there.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Fairing fans, how you doing, sir? We are looking good, sir, on our descent. We're ahead of schedule. I don't think we'll have an issue slowing down.
No. I used a little speed brake just to break us down.
I noticed. I heard the sound of the engines. We are descending, yes. Okay. I'll look at it, Dimitri, for sure. His default sounds are lacking, that's for sure.
Dimitri, are those the monster sounds? I think it's like $5 Patreon donation, and he has sounds for the 757, the 319, 320, and they are much, much better.
ToLiss A319 over the 320. Any day because of performance. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the 320, but very limiting on what you can and can't do with it. Because of the performance. I basically can't fly it on VATSIM. Alright. 10,000 feet. Landing lights come on.
Landing lights on.
Runway turn-off lights on.
Runway turn-off lights on.
Wing lights on.
Wing lights on.
Cabin pressurization. Verify descending.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been our pleasure
Verify
serving you
descending.
today. As we prepare for landing, please make sure your seatbelt is
MCP set
fastened,
manual.
your seats are in their upright and locked position, and your aisle
Reset.
armrest is lowered. Please ensure
Let's switch it to
larger
manual.
devices such as laptops are stowed
Oh,
at this
yeah,
time,
switch, right?
either in a bag
Yeah.
under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bed. They may not be stowed in seat pockets. You may continue to use mobile devices as long as they're secured in your hand or pocket. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, please check around your seats for any remaining cups, glasses, or any other items you would like to discard, and pass them to the flight attendants as we come through the cabin.
You have it set manual speed?
Once we're on the ground,
I had it.
use your mobile devices.
There you go.
Thank you.
230 is where we're going to need to be at. Alright, approach phase active. So go into your M.2 and activate the approach phase.
Come on. There you go.
And that's when you switch it to manual speed, so it doesn't, you know, doesn't have issues.
Right.
Vertical deviation. Why do we have a vertical deviation alarm?
Yeah, I just noticed.
We're all 29.92. I don't get why. Whatever. Not worried about it. Because that pops up when it's like showing a difference.
Yeah, they're all 29 too, and
Or 10, 13, which is the same. So. Alright, descent checklist has been completed. Next up, approach checklist. And we'll do that after the last waypoint on the, I guess, lantern. Alright, so we're clear for the approach, so go ahead and nose light to taxi.
those like to taxi.
Alright. At the final approach fix, which will be NADU, we will arm the approach. The APPR button on the MCP. So after NADU, we can arm that. Next, speed restraint will be at Cloman at 210 knots.
Cloman 210, right?
Just because we're a manual, so you have to set it.
10 nautical miles. Yeah, 10 nautical miles.
Yep, a little bit less than that, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll start slowing down.
Use speed brakes as necessary. Alright, the goal here is at the initial approach fix, which is right after NADU. We want to shoot for about 180 knots with flaps set to 2.
We're at 210. Track speed brake.
Alright, in case of a missed approach, we'll climb to 2,500 feet, and we'll do a heading of 275 to Sargs, and we'll hold there for our approach back if we need to.
Knots.
180 knots, cross check confirmed. Flaps 2 set. We'll hold it here until we get to that Probably Ida, Juliet Hotel Ida, whatever that is. We're doing the VS VPA final descent as done with RNAV approaches. Yeah, we can do that. Probably once we get lined up, we'll probably switch over to visual approach anyway, so. If Brandon's good with that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Once we're actually stabilized. K-San, let's see, how long is that runway? Where is that? Here. Look here. 6,874 feet. Penalties. What's happening? Are you on manual?
Returning. No, it's auto.
Adds the speed brake. Adds the speed brake because we're getting close to the overspeed there. Well, that's interesting. It kind of went crazy, but we're okay.
Yeah, no, we're all right.
All right, we'll go and drop.
Yeah,
I got the gear.
Got a hairpin turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and drop the gear for you to slow you down. Alright, we're cleared to land. I'll get the lights for you. Alright, going active arm ground spoilers. And we are way off the approach.
It's correcting.
And this thing is all kind of jacked up, ain't it? Alright,
yeah, it's all kind of
whenever you want, man, you can take it over to manual. Whenever you're ready for that. Got the runway in sight. It's off the now they're 1 o'clock to 1:30, almost 2 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Use speed brakes as necessary to get yourself slowed down, and then you can go ahead and drop flaps 3. All right, flaps 3.
Yep.
I'll notify cabin. Alright, you can go ahead and arm the ground spoilers and go flaps full.
Flaps full, ground spoilers armed.
Alright, final approach speed. Looking at 132 for final approach speed. Actually, 137, my bad, 137.
137 set. We're up here, runway in sight.
Alright, take it over manual when ready.
Yep, 1,000 feet, I'll take it over.
Alright.
I'll disconnect.
Alright, autopilot disconnect, you have control. Versatile, we're not doing an ILS. 200. 100. 50. Get her down.
Get down there, baby.
All right. Off. Flaps going up. Lights coming off. Correct.
It still sounds like my reversers are.
Not on my end.
And then when I turned them on, it's like they did.
Yeah, you almost overran that one.
I know. I'm watching my indicated speed. And I'm like, will you slow down? I didn't even see what the landing rate was. I was so.
It was, what happened was, I don't even know. What happened was the speed stayed on. So like, it didn't. You didn't.
It didn't kick off.
No, it's like when you pull the throttle all the way back.
Yeah.
It didn't kill the throttle.
Oh, that's lovely.
Remember, but this was very similar to the problem we were having on when we had the engines. Remember?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with the full throttle stuff, but hey, we're on the ground. We survived. So.
Yeah. No chiropractic needed.
Yep.
What was the landing rate? Anybody know?
No, I have no idea.
Just gonna park it right here.
All right. Well then.
Park your brake set.
Alrighty, guys. We're gonna go to the ending page now. We're gonna look at that landing here. So I'm gonna disconnect from Smart Copilot so it doesn't screw with anything. We're gonna go back and we're gonna look at that. You were a little bit high coming in initially, but you got down, and the speed was fine. It was something with. It's like
the throttles wouldn't kick off.
Right, you started to flare, and then the throttle stayed on, and you just kind of soared down.
It just floated.
Soared down the runway. It wasn't a bad approach. I mean, you were pretty smack on for a good landing.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought we hit dead center of the runway.
And literally just kept flying. The engine stayed on.
Yeah, I was off to the left a little bit, I guess.
The engine stayed on until you touched the ground.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't get them. I pulled my my throttle levers were all the way back.
And then the reversers never came out.
That's what I thought. I had reversers all the way to.
Something with Smart Copilot and the throttles just does not.
Yeah, because I saw the end of the runway coming. I'm like, oh no, come on.
I activated max braking, but
yeah,
I think that's why we stopped. But anyway,
well, we're on the numbers. Just floated it.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, I will not be back until let's see, Monday, I guess. So I'll be back Monday. Don't forget, guys, head on over to patreon.com/MNFlightClub to join the Flight Club today and get some awesome cool merch, which is just a patch, and then some other cool downloads as well. Any is appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe and like as well, and join me over on the Discord. Brandon Banks, appreciate just you hanging out and flying with me. Any final words to the people we're watching?
I appreciate you having me, guys, and have fun.
Alrighty. Well, guys, enjoy the landing from the wing view, and I'll see you guys next time up in the sky. Versatile's life, he does have YouTube, so you can find him in Discord though.